Here we go.
Well, hello there. How is everyone? I hope you're all well. You're amazing, beautiful, wonderful people. This is, in fact, video 3 of 3 today, I think. And I think it's Thursday. And I think that you're looking absolutely amazing. We're going to get straight into the meat and potatoes look, we're going to play it your way for a second. We're going to play it your way. And who do I mean by your way? All of the people around the Jay Slater case, the likes of Chris Tenerife, the likes of Paul Arnott, the likes of, I don't know, Buggy, is that his name? Buggy? I don't know. Him? The likes of anybody who's done a 360 in this case. And we're going to say, all right then, let's play it your way. And say, so there was nothing nefarious. And it was just simply, everything was Jay's fault. Everything was Jay's fault. He did a series of things that would lead to his demise. So let's look at that. And let's picture how that looks. So Jay Slater goes on holiday with his friends. And he goes to a 3-day music event. Now, on this particular night, he goes to this rave and he gets smashed off his fucking noodle. We kind of know that he's smashed off his noodle because he seems to have been filmed that much on that night that it's almost like he was Paparazzi Magnet. I've never known somebody with so little significance in a place to have that many videos of them. But look, maybe he was just lucky or unlucky, however you want to look at it. But we've seen lots of footage of him at this event. We're told by someone who worked at that event that Jay Slater was a mess. He was a state, and they'd had to offer him water and sort of straighten him out a bit. Bit of a straightener. Funny that the friends who he's supposedly out with, who he's gone abroad with, they're not there during this time. It takes a stranger, if you believe this story, takes a stranger to realise that he don't look right and that he needs some water and he needs to be levelled out. Now, so sometime after this, it would appear that something happens. There's mixed stories, but he ends up leaving there and he goes on to somewhere else and he hooks up with Ayub Kassim and Rocky, who have become known affectionately as Rocky and Bullwinkle. Now, there's obviously a conversation, and Jay, who we've heard is worse for wear, he needed a straightener, he needed water, and the stranger had said, look, he was in a bit of a mess. Been left by his friends, but he was a bit of a mess. But he told Rocky and Bullwinkle, we'll go with that for now, because that works, that he wants to continue partying. He wants to go on for a boogie. He's up to make the night a long one. So he hasn't been to sleep since then. You can imagine that he's been awake for a long time, gone out partying, worse for wear, said to these dudes, I want to carry on partying, and then he has gone with them in a car to an Airbnb, which is approximately a 50-hour drive, only shortened by the fact that Bullwinkle thinks he's Ayrton fucking Senna, apparently. Despite them hairpin bends, I don't know how quick you could go through there. But this case has always been a thing about questioning timing. But we'll stick a pin in that. So he goes there, gets there, he's there. They stop off on the way, so they stop at a shop, and they get there, right? They get to this Airbnb. And at this point, Rocky may be asleep in the car, I'm not sure, but someone else might be asleep in the house because there's some confusion about going into the house in the mate's room and grabbing a charger. We don't know whether that charger was the right charger, but he was offered a charger. He was given a cigarette, he was given a lighter, he was given a blanket to keep him warm because he was cold. I'm guessing. All of these weird stuff. I can't ever remember when I was younger needing a blankie. Out on the boogie, mate, and needing a blanket. Anyway, we'll stick a pin in that as well. So he goes there. He's not been. You got to think he's not been asleep since. He's not been asleep. There's no sleeping yet. So he's been awake for a few hours. Still don't go to sleep because I haven't heard anybody say that Jay went and had a sleep. So he's still awake. And about an hour and a half after he gets there, he's realised that this really ain't a party, or it was a bit of a weird party, so he decides that he wants to leave. Now what we're going to do here, we're going to straight away ignore the fact that we was told he was scared, he was armed, he was leaving in a hurry, he didn't want to return, and there's connections to the criminal underworld. We're purposely going to ignore all those things because they don't do anything to help the story if we want to go with this narrative. So what we're led to believe then is Jay Slater, he wants to leave, right? So he walks out, knocks on the door next door, because he goes to the bus stop, which is literally like 10 yards away. And there's no bus. Don't know why, because it's a bus stop, but I'm not sure whether there's a timetable on it, whether the timetable is in a different language and he can't work it out. I don't know. But anyway, he hooks up with this woman called Ophelia. I don't mean hooks up like that. I mean he goes to speak to her. And she's seemingly, even though she runs an Airbnb, which I would imagine a lot of people are British who goes there, but seemingly she's unable to voice. The bus comes at 10 o'clock, so she has to do sign language, like Macaton, that was 20, that's 10. So yeah, so she turns around and says 10. So he's either going to decipher, oh, the bus is 10 minutes, or it's 10 o'clock. It's not hard. And we've seen the footage that the bus is running. We've even seen Warren's video where the bus is literally there. So there's a bus, right? So it's either around 8:30 in the morning or 8 o'clock in the morning, around that sort of figure, and he's got to wait till 10. But he decides, that's too long. What I'd prefer to do is walk 11 hours. And not only that, but I'm going to do an 11-hour hike through the fucking mountains. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do an 11-hour hike through the mountains. Because that's definitely better than waiting an hour and a half for a bus. And I can get fully on board with that, 100%, because that makes sense. Makes sense. Especially someone who would be reluctant to walk down the road to get their haircut. But, like I said, for you, we're doing it your way. Then there's 2 calls. There's 2 phone calls, mate. And let's not forget that also Rocky and Bullwinkle offered him a lift as well. So he also thought, nah, fuck that lift, mate. Don't worry about your lift. I've got this. On a hike, because I can see, just like my dad could, I can see a shortcut. And when I say shortcut, I mean mountains. And I'm a mountaineer. And all at this point, he's compass mentis. I know people like it when I say that, but he's completely compass mentis. Of course he is. If he weren't compass mentis, he would certainly have taken that lift, wouldn't he? Anyway, stick a pin in that. So, there's two phone calls. One of them, he's talking. He's having a whale of a time. Absolute fucking whale of a time, mate. He's laughing about it. He's off-road. The stones, he can hear stones. The person who he's talking to, Brad, he can hear stones. So he knows he's gone off-road because he can hear stones. The whole fucking area is covered in stones and shit. It's not like the M25 he's walking up, is it? It looks like something that the Romans made. But anyway, he's all right. He's all right. Another call. Speak to someone else. Death's door, mate. Matter of minutes, he's at death's door. Phone's fucked. No water. Don't know where he is. And yeah, he's absolutely buggered. Absolutely buggered. This person, the one who's been told he's buggered, who's going to go by Lucy, she puts the phone down and basically does nothing. But then thinks, I know what I'll do. I'll go to the police. And what I'll do is I'll also go on Facebook and post that my mate's missing. This is where he is. Is there anything you can do about it on Facebook? Gets a lift, does manage to get a lift off Facebook, and travels to where Jay is? Nope, definitely not. Because that would be a fucking stupid idea, wouldn't it? That would be a stupid idea to go through all this, get a lift, and then go where your friend is. That would be ludicrous. So they go to the police instead. And then end up having this row about someone's missing. Are they missing? Well, yeah, they are missing. Are they though? You told me that walking for 11 hours. Has it been 11 hours? No. It's been about 25, 30 minutes. An hour, max. Do you see what I mean? This story just... this story don't make sense. Story doesn't make sense. And I have to conclude that these people who are supposed to be Jay's friend... I wouldn't want to have friends like them. Because first of all, even if it was Jay, this overarching narrative is the one that happened, how did we get to where we are? Jay went to a club, he went on holiday with his friends, got smashed then, ended up going back to an Airbnb out in the arse end of the Back and Beyond, which we've said before, hanging about with people who he didn't really know, who were really nice, got him a blanket, offered him a lift, offered him a charger. And then they both spoke to him on the phone. They both spoke to him while he was walking to his death, and neither of them did a thing about it. Not a thing. Not a single thing to help. And you wonder why we question the story. Let me know down below where you are, and I'll catch you all in the next one.